think I
think that you have respiratory infection.
okay.
For now, there is no cure for this disease.
Am I gonna die, doctor?
What drug should I give that patient? Aha!
Yes, doctor.
Hello, Xinhua. How is the research for the drug cephalosporin C?
It's still under progress.
Oh, that's great. Meet me at my lab at 3 p.m.
Oh, okay, sure.
3 hours later.
This is cephalosporin C.
Is this a new drug?
Yeah.
Thank you,
This is
doctor.
my research.
Thank you, doctor.
For introduction, cephalosporin is a class of beta-lactam antibiotic originally derived from the fungus Acromodium, which was previously known as cephalosporin. Together with cephamycins, they constitute a subgroup of beta-lactam antibiotics called cephams. Cephalosporins were discovered in 1945 by the Italian pharmacologist Giuseppe Brozzo and were first sold in 1964.
The IUPAC name for cephalosporin C is as shown. Next, for trivial details of cephalosporin C results in derivatives of cephalosporin, such as when acetoxy group of cephalosporin C is displaced by nucleophile, it will result in cephalosporin CA compound. For deacetyl cephalosporin C and its lactone, the compound is treated with acetylesтерase, which result in hydrolysis of O-acetyl group. For deacetoxy cephalosporin C, hydrogenation takes place with palladium charcoal, which result in uptake of almost 1 mole of hydrogens. For S-oxidation of cephalosporin C with performic acid, it will yield a product that can against Staphylococcus aureus. Lastly, for derivatives is N-benzoyl and 2,4-dinitrophenyl derivatives of cephalosporin C, which is prepared through reaction with benzoyl chloride and treatment of the drug with 1,fluoro-2,4-dinitrobenzene, which result in dinitrophenyl derivatives.
So I'll be explaining on the functional group in cephalosporin. The first functional group is ester group. The second functional group is carbonyl group. The third functional group is amide group. The fourth functional group is amine. And also the final functional group is carboxylic acid.
Now we will talk about cephalosporin C stereochemistry. From the structure of the cephalosporin C, we can see that there are two chirous carbons which located at carbon 5 and carbon 6. Carbon 6 is an L configuration. L side chain isomers is more potent antibiotics and more active inhibitors of certain beta-lactamase producing gram-negative bacteria compared to the D side chain isomers. L side chain isomer is more active than the D side in both in vitro and in vivo particularly. We also can see that there's a cis stereochemistry at the carbon 5 and the carbon 6. This cis configuration is essential for the biological activity of the antibiotic.
Cephalosporins are antibiotics used to treat a wide variety of bacterial infection, such as respiratory tract infection, skin infection, and urinary tract infection.
For the synthesis of cephalosporin C,
First, L-cysteine is converted to L,2,2-dimethylthiazolidine for carboxylic acid. It is then converted to L,N-T-butyl-oxycarbonyl 2,2-dimethylthiazolidine for carboxylic acid that is numbered as 2 with pyridine and T-butyl-oxycarbonyl chloride prepared in situ from T-butyl alcohol, fusion, and pyridine in methylene chloride at negative 74 Celsius. It is then reacted with acid and diazomethane, reacted with excess dimethyl azodicarboxylate at 105 Celsius for 45 hours to give the hydrazodiester that is numbered as 3. The oxidation of hydrazodiester with 2.2 moles of lead tetraacetate in boiling benzene for 2 hours, followed by treatment of the reaction mixture with excess anhydrous sodium acetate in boiling dry methanol for 24 hours, gave the trans-hydroxy ester that is numbered as 4. It is then transformed to beta-lactam. In order to attach the framework of beta-lactam, a strong electrophilic has to be created. Thus, D-tartaric acid and 1133 tetramethoxypropane is combined to produce olefin that is numbered as 7. Compound 6 and compound 7 are then heated with an octane, leading to compound numbered as 8. To generate the entire cephalosporin C skeleton, compound 8 is treated with trifluoroacetic acid, or called as TFA, leading to loss of water on one hand and hydrolysis of Schiff base on the other to yield compound 9. Compound 9 is then reacted with compound A to give compound 10, which is a highly protected cephalosporin C. By the boron reduction of compound 10, acetylation, equilibration to alpha-beta, and TCE deprotection afforded cephalosporin C identical in all respects to the natural antibiotic. So that is the total synthesis of cephalosporin C.
Cephalosporin are bactericidal and has been used in the treatment of infections caused by bacteria susceptible to this particular form of antibiotic. They have the same mode of action as other beta-lactam antibiotics, but are less susceptible to beta-lactamase. Cephalosporin work by interfere or disrupt the bacterial cell wall synthesis, which is the synthesis of peptidoglycan layer. The peptidoglycan layer is important for cell wall structural integrity. The final transpeptidation step in the synthesis of the peptidoglycan is facilitated by penicillin binding proteins. PBPs bind to the D-ala-D-ala at the end of neuropeptides to cross-link the peptidoglycan. Beta-lactam antibiotics mimic the D-ala-D-ala site, thereby irreversibly inhibiting PBB cross-linking of peptidoglycan. Cephalosporin are traditionally divided into 5 generations, in which the generations differ from each other mostly in terms of antibacterial spectrum, with differences within a generation being mostly pharmacokinetic. For first generation of cephalosporin, it has the highest activity against gram-positive organisms and the lowest against gram-negative. For second generation, cephalosporin are more active against gram-negative bacteria, with less activity against gram-positive. Third generation cephalosporin have a broad spectrum of activity and further increased activity against gram-negative organisms, while have decreased activity against gram-positive organisms. For fourth generation cephalosporin have greater activity against gram-negative bacteria than the second and the third generation. For the fifth generation has powerful anti-pseudomonas characteristic and appears to be less susceptible to the development of resistance, for example, cephalosporin.